So your final challenge is going to be about publishing your course. And this is pretty easy and pretty quick. Once you're ready, you can go to the dashboard, find the course that you are ready to publish, and select your course. And what you'll see over here on the right side is a publish and unpublish. And so once you publish that course, it is now published and your students can see what's in the course. Now, the one thing you do want to know about when you're publishing a course is the course will be published and they can see what you've had published inside the course also. So now the course shell is in and they can come and see it. However, when we look at my modules, this module here is published. So my students will be able to see this and they'll be able to see this module. But when we get to lab week 14, it is not published. So students will not be able to see that. And even though something within the course is published, the module itself needs to be published for them to be able to see that. So publishing your course means that they can get into the course shell again, and then anything that you have published inside there, they can see that. Now, what you're going to want to do for this is go ahead and publish your course, take a snip for us, and then probably immediately unpublish it because it's probably not ready for your students, especially your fall students, to see it yet. However, you could have some stuff up there that you do want them to see. One thing that I think is really something you want to get in the habit of doing is using the student view also. A lot of times I think that I have published things and everything looks good, and then my students tell me that I am wrong. So now, after I finish designing a module or doing whatever I need to do, one thing I like to do is go to student view and look and see what my students see. So I clicked student view there on the right, and now again it shows me what my students are going to see here. And so although you could see a lot more modules in when I had my teacher view, you can only see a very select what I have left for my students here. And a lot of times what this does is help me discover errors I've made. And if I go to my final study guide, oh, this one is showing me the Scantron. Actually, before I had used a copy of a picture and the picture wasn't there. So again, I can look here and make sure that everything is correct here. I think it was in this one. If I go to this one, where I was seeing some problems. I might also see this unauthorized. That lets me know I haven't allowed my students to get to something. So again, if you are good about using the student view after you have something published and ready to go, it'll be on the home page, and looking at the student view and then looking to see that what the students are seeing is what that you want them to see, verifying what is there looks like what you want to be there. I also use it to make sure that there's not too much on the student page and limit what they have access to. So again, for this challenge, you just want to go ahead and publish your course, and then probably, after you take a snip of it, unpublish it. But do also take a look at student view once you have it published. That way you could see what your students will be able to see once you do publish it. And if you get in the habit of using that student view, it will save a lot of problems that with the students not seeing things you think they're going to be able to see, or publishing, you think something's published and it's not published.